All right. All right. Testing, testing. All right. Welcome, everyone. Today is day one of vibe coding until I make $5 million. Revenue today is zero. Welcome, 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 welcome. A little bit about me. My name is Wilfred, and this is my channel, Wilfred Startups. I have vibe coded a lot of projects. A lot of projects. I have a portfolio up and everything. Um, I'm gonna work more on that because it's been on the back burner. But I have vibe coded like at least I want to say seven, eight projects. I got one project up right now called the Copy Agency, and I got another project called Mother of All Things. They're good projects for copy, but I wanted to do something bigger and something that I know is going to scale immensely. And I wanted to do something for the founders demographics, right? There's going to be founders all over the world. And so I wanted to make a product just for them so that it can scale quickly. So today we're going to talk about vibe coding, and we're going to go with our first task of vibe coding today. We're going to vibe code the authorization, the auth window. And I'm going to go through the different options: Supabase, Firebase, in system. Now, normally I use Replit. Normally I use Replit, but I don't think I would be using Replit today. I don't think I would be using Replit today, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. But first, let me go over how you would set up to Vibe Code, and let me talk about what the tech stacks are. So when I set up the Vibe Code, the first thing I do is I have a little notepad over here, and I have day one, and I have the task. So what I have to do today is I have to explain a Vibe coding stack. I have to explain the project. Then I have to provide you guys with a Google Docs link. So you're going to have a Google Docs link, and I'm going to show you that I'm not actually going to make it. What I'm making right now is going to make it. But the Google Docs link is going to be a way in real time you can keep up with the notes of what I'm doing. You can ask questions and think of it as a book, right? Eventually it'll be a book. So or a guide, okay? Um we're gonna make a waitlist page. So we're gonna make a waitlist page, and then we're gonna do the web design. I'm going to show you a cool trick about how to do the web design. And then we are going to finally create the authorization panel. Create the authorization panel. Now, the problem is that I'm not using Replit. And because I'm not using Replit, it's not really a problem. But it is going to make things a little bit different. Because normally I would just go to Replit and I would tell it what I wanted to do, and everything would be done like that. Believe it or not. But what fun is that? What fun is that, right? So we're gonna do everything a little bit by hand. And if I need to use Replit, we'll just use Replit like a Copilot or something like that. Okay. But my background is I have HTML, CSS. Everybody has that. At least you should. And I have about, I say, junior JavaScript going on several years now. I'm ashamed to say that. I can read JavaScript better than I can code it, so that's a plus. But you know, okay. So that's the good news. All right, so let's get started. First thing first, what's a vibe coding stack? What's the vibe coding stack that I use? Also, I want to share my Twitter with you too. And let's go ahead and get some people over here from Twitter. Let's go and get some people over here from Twitter. Let me go on and share my Twitter with you, and let's go get some people over here from Twitter. How do I, let's see, StreamYard don't be vibing. StreamYard don't be vibing with me too much. Let me see how can I share this stream on my Twitter. Well, let me share my Twitter with you first, and then we're gonna go ahead and get people over here from Twitter. So this is my Twitter. This is what I'm gonna give you right now. My X account, as they call it, my X account. Okay, that's my X account, and then let me try to give you. Let me try to put my X account. Let me try to put my YouTube. This is YouTube Live on my X account so that we can get some more people over here to check out what we're doing. Now, the stack that I use, like I said before, the stack that I use is very fluid. It's my signature. I've been doing it with this stack for a very, very long time. Before I discovered Replit. When we have some downtime, I'll tell you the funny story about how I discovered Replit. Okay, when we have some downtime, I'll tell you the funny story. But in any event, let me let people on Twitter know that we out here vibe coding in public and where they can join us. Let me let them know we out here and they can join us over here. I hope everyone can hear me fine. I should use my microphones, but I'm a bit lazy, so I won't be using my microphones today. But tomorrow I will use my microphones, and we'll go from there. All right, so my stack that I use is pretty simple. I use ChatGPT, which I have a paid plan, and the world is so different when you have a paid plan. I use GitHub. I use Netlify, and I use Firebase. I prefer Firebase. I can work with Supabase now, but I prefer Firebase. If I'm not building something for LinkedIn, I prefer Firebase. Firebase is the best. So we're going to be doing something with Firebase. And am I missing anything? Pretty much that's it. Yeah, I use ChatGPT, GitHub, Netlify, domains. You can get a domain from anywhere these days. And I use Stitch. I got some great game about Stitch. So my tech stack is pretty simple. Also, have you guys tapped into Stitch? I'm not sure, but I use Stitch. Now, normally you're thinking Replit is a silver bullet, and it is. But I can tell you right now, the problem is the way Replit, for me, the problem with Replit is the way that they build. And I'm building an AI agent. So let me talk about what I'm building. I'm building an AI agent for startup founders, okay, that's going to give you your entire C-suite, all right? So today I'm starting from zero. No launch, no pitch deck, no pre-sold narrative. I'm building an AI C-suite in public, a system designed to support day one founders with real executive coverage, no generic advice. Okay? So that's what we're building today. It's going to be a lot of copy and paste, a lot of prompting, and all that other cool stuff. All right? So that's what we're building today. That's the product. The product I realized, all founders need is they need a C-suite, and AI agents are the best for that. So I looked around, I checked, I don't see anyone providing that SaaS yet. So we're gonna do it. Okay. So now let's see, where should we start? We haven't even got to uh, the good part yet. Okay, so let's see, where should we start? You guys like to get to the good part. So let's go with the thing. Let me see. Let me look on my list. Okay, let's go with a Google Docs. So we're gonna set up a Google Docs link, because later I'm going to make a Google Docs document out of this link. So if you would like to follow along, if you are new to this or you're just curious, you have feedback, you have advice, anything you want to do, edit the document, add notes, add comments, add questions, you have to let me know. DM me on Twitter your email address so I can add you to the document. But otherwise, you're free to view it and follow along. So let me go and get this document a name. Can you guys see everything? I hope you can see everything. Let me see. Okay. Let me change this so that I share my whole let me change this so that I just share my whole screen and not a web tab. Let me only allows you to share screen. Okay, here we go. Let me just share my entire screen. I don't think that works. Nope, it's not. Let's see, does that work? Sometimes it gives you the mirror. Okay, that's too much of sharing my entire screen. I don't want to share all of that. That's too much. Let me try to just share. Let me share the window. Okay. I guess I could share my entire screen. There's not really anything sensitive on this. I just have to, but then if I click, I can't see myself. So let me let me just share. Let me see if this does it better. Let me try to share this window. But then again, if I click on this, I can't see myself. You can see me, but I can't see myself. Maybe that doesn't matter because we're going to be over here. Maybe that doesn't matter because we're going to be over here. But then we're going to be over here. So I'm just going to have to move between screens. So let me do it this way. I'm going to have to move between tabs. So right now we're going to go over here. We're going to set up the Google Doc. We're over here. We're setting up the Google Doc, which is going to be where everything's going to be at. So if you want the link for the Google Doc, you have to DM me on Twitter. And I will send me your email address, and I will give you access to the Google document. Now let's go on and set up the Google Doc. The only thing I did today, pre set up was the Google Doc. So I'm gonna set up this Google Doc for you guys. What was I going to call it? I forgot. I forgot what I was going to call the Google Doc. Okay, the Google Doc, you should. Okay, here it goes. Okay, so let me get the name for the Google Doc. Let me see. I just had the name in here. Shoot, I forgot. Okay, we're gonna use this name for the Google Doc. I can always change the name, but I'm not gonna waste time worrying about a name. Um, we're just gonna call it. We're just gonna call it Google Doc. We're just gonna call it Google Doc. Okay, that's what we're gonna call the Google Doc. I'm gonna star it. And I'm going to create a copy link. I'm going to create a link and I'm going to share it with everyone. It's going to be an open document, but I want anyone with the link can view. So everyone can view, okay? So there we go. So we got the copy link and done. So you can view with this link. All right. So now you have access to the Google Doc. All right. And so basically what I'm going to do with the Google Doc, as I develop this AI agent, because what's going to happen is we're going to use the AI agent to make the doc. So it's going to be blank for now, but I'm going to add little stuff here and there. And then by the time we get the AI agent online, I'll go back and transcribe everything. But I would do the transcription right now myself and let you know what I did today, what I used, and you can, pay attention like that. So, and it'll be a lot. It'll be a lot of stuff on the Google Doc. It's not really a lot yet, but it'll be a lot of stuff there. So that's the Google Doc. Okay. So we got the Google Doc up. Okay, we don't need that. We got our Twitter. We don't need that. And now we can get started. So now we get started. Okay. So now we get started. It's a lot to do before you get to code. We're only 18 minutes in. It's a lot to do. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. I need to order a pizza. I'm starving. I don't know about you, but I'm starving. All right. So we got the Google Doc set up. Okay. We're going to make a wait list. We're going to make a wait list page. So we're going to make a page. Well, we want to make a page that's a wait list. Okay. The name of this AI agent is going to be called, let's see, what's the name of the AI agent? I went through a bunch of names yesterday. Let's see. I went through a bunch of names yesterday for the AI agent. The AI agent that we're building is going to be called, I think it's going to be called the 6. That's the name I think I have for it. The 6. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. You can't find nothing in Chat GPT, I tell you. Okay. The name I had is the 6. That's the name I had. So what we're gonna do is we're going to set up a GitHub repo for the 6. All right, we're going to set up a GitHub repo for the 6. Now, actually, you're thinking, why am I setting up a GitHub repo? Guess what? We don't have to set up a GitHub repo because I have it already ready. I have an AI agent. I have an AI agent. So let me show you how the agent works. I have an AI agent. Let me show you the AI agent right here in ChatGPT, and I'm going to tell it connect to my GitHub and set up a repo named the 6 with a README file. All right. So now we're going to set up what's wrong with my oh, it doesn't work like that. Oh, what's wrong with my Well, that's different. I didn't know that. That's interesting. It doesn't. So that's interesting. So that's interesting. The AI agents. The AI agents don't work when you're doing screen recording. That's interesting. I never thought of that. I never realized that. That's interesting. The AI agents don't work. Let me see. Well, look at that. So the AI agents don't work when I'm screen recording. Okay. Okay. So that's a tip. That's a tip. Okay. So we should put that in the doc. What we learned today. What we learned today. That's all what we learned today. Chat GPT AI agents don't work if you are screen recording using StreamYard. Okay. And you know what? I should put my StreamYard link in there. So that's something that we learned today. Okay. Chat GPT AI agents don't work if you StreamYard. Did anybody else know about this? Nobody else knew about this but me. I'm the only one. Okay. Also, I don't know if this chat is going to push to YouTube. So don't worry. I'm going to put everything in the description box. So don't worry. But We learned something new today. We learned something new today. Look at that. Okay, so we put that in there. All right. So that's what we learned today. So that's cool. No biggie. We just got to do it the old-fashioned way. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make our GitHub repo. And as I told you guys before, my GitHub repo is a mess. I got all these, so many things that I do in here. Pause, and it's just a mess. It is just a mess. So we're gonna just do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. Um, and this is what I did this year so far. Or was this? Yeah, this is what I've done this year. Or this was last year. Yeah, this was last year. So this year looks like this. Nah, I haven't really been too. I really haven't done a whole lot this year. Last year looked like this. Not bad, right? Not bad. I took a break and I did a little bit. And then the year before that, was great. And then the year before that was even better. And then the year before that, and year before that. So you can see how I've come along. Okay. I joined in 2021 and then 2022 and then 2023 and then 2024 and then 2025 and then 2006. See, I think what ultimately happens is, or what ultimately should happen when you have, what should happen when you use GitHub, I think, is that, what is this? Why is this here? No, what just happened? Hmm. I don't know what just happened, but I think what should ultimately happen when you start using GitHub is that your commits, your contributions, you have a big thing, and then after that, they get smaller as you get better at it, as you get better at it. But what happened? Why did my, oh, okay. I don't know why that did that, but okay. I don't know what that was about. But anyway, okay. So let's go on and make our GitHub repo. And we got to do it the old fashioned way. Usually, I let the AI agent do it. I have a really great video about that, by the way. So I'm going to go set this up and then we're going to get started. It's here. It's always in the way. The 6. Okay. So we're going to build the repo and you guys know how to set up a GitHub repo, don't you? You don't need me to show you that. Okay. You guys know how to set up a GitHub repo. You don't need me to help you do that. You don't need me to help you set up a GitHub repo, do you? You know how to do that. You sure know how to do that. I think when you get really good, you can start doing this. When you get well, this is one thing about vibe coding too that I realized is when you get really good, you no longer need how you say you no longer need Visual Studio. you know, that's one thing actually that this is changing. Actually, I made a mistake. This is for the waiting list. This is for the waiting list. I forgot. This is for the waiting list. Actually, this is for the waiting list because we're gonna have to build a wait list. But before you build a wait list, we gotta design it. But normally, what I'm gonna show you guys, and this is why it's kind of difficult, I'm gonna use Chat GPT to make me a waiting list. Make me a wait list where we can just capture email addresses and they are sent to a Google spreadsheet. Now, there's a couple of different ways to do this. All right. What you guys want to see is you guys want to see me vibe code. So let me show you vibe code. Let me show you vibe code. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use a Google Sheets for the wait list. A little indie hack I learned. I taught myself. Google Sheets is perfect for making documents, wait list documents, and it's really simple to set up. Because we're on a bit of a budget. We haven't gotten any revenue yet. So we're on a bit of a budget. So because we're on a bit of a budget, we are not going to have the pleasure of using a lot of paid tools. Obviously, and obviously we're going to modify this also. So make me a wait list for the 6th, and we can just capture email addresses and they are sent to a Google spreadsheet, or people can pre-purchase, and we are using Stripe account to accept. I just type whatever, I don't really, but anyway, we're vibe coding. This is what they say when they say vibe coding. Now, this for vibe coding is pretty simple. Let me go in and get my Stripe set up too. Now, this for vibe coding is pretty darn simple. Okay. And right away, it comes back with some options. Below are 2 clean paths: free waitlist Google Sheets, pre-purchase via Stripe Google Sheets. You can run both parallel. No. I'm going to give you the Google Sheets ID. Pre-purchase with Stripe, email, and payment. Enable. Okay. Well, I want them to either buy now or leave for a wait list. We'll work on that later. I will. Oh boy. I will give you the Google Sheets ID, and I want them to be able to purchase now or get on the wait list or the wait list. And the early bird price is the early bird price is $1,000. That's the early bird price, okay? The early bird price, if you sign up, because we're all going to be marketers at this point, if you sign up for the 6 right now, get your AI agent C-suite, it's going to be $1,000. For $1,000, you're going to get you an entire C-suite. That's all your executives as AI agents running around doing all the work for you as a founder. And as you watch me build this in public, you're going to get a better idea of what they are. But what I'm building is an AI C-suite, an AI agent C-suite to help founders. Okay. And I think that that's what we need first. All right. So your Google Sheet should have these 2 exact columns. Okay. Timestamp, email. Okay. So I got to make this. All right. So we go in, we got to start copying and pasting. Timestamp. Timestamp. What's going on? We're doing something here right now. Email. Let me share the Google Sheet with you. Okay. Let me put this closer to me so I don't have to keep clicking back and forth. Source. Amount. Stripe session ID. Okay. And then okay. And so this is the code. Okay. Right here is where I put my Google Sheet ID. Okay. And I'll show you how to find that later. But basically, this is going to be a wait list. Okay. And so it's giving me the code. Now, this is the problem here. You got to have a payment link. Okay. So we got to set that up. And so we got this. Okay. So give me the full code. All right. This is what it does. So, okay. So I need the full code. He wants the Google Sheets ID and the Stripe payment link URL. And he's going to give me the full code, final copy, paste. It's going to do all that. So what I got to do now is get the Google Sheets ID and I got to get this. Okay. So that's what I got to do. So let's go and get those 2 things together. So let's do the payment link first because that's pretty simple. Okay, we're going to do the payment link first. Man, it's getting late. We're going to create a product. Okay, we're going to call it the 6 for now. AI, the 6. AI agent C suite. All your C-suite executives are now autonomous. Autonomous. Are now autonomous. Oh no, that's a autonomous. Autonomous. Okay, we don't got an image. We're not gonna worry about that. Should this be recurring or one off? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. For early bird people, at $1,000, for the early bird founders, for the early bird adopters at $1,000, guess what? It's one off. Okay, it's one off. For the first year, it'll be $1,000. It's one off. Okay, we gonna go with that. We'll figure that policy out later. But right now, the early bird price is $1,000. So we'll figure out monthly, whatever. We'll figure that out later. But right now, I just want to get something started right now. So now we got to make a product. Now we got to make a payment link. So now we're going to make a payment link. Create payment link. And again, I like to keep all of this simple at first. You want your name, you want your business name, you want your phone number, and maybe your address. Billing address only, okay? We want a lot of information from you. If you're going to create the payment link, and it's creating a payment link. Okay, so now we got our payment link. We copy that. Okay, so now we're going to put our payment link into here. I got to close some of these. We don't need that. Okay, we don't need Stripe anymore. So I got my payment link. Okay, and it wants the Google ID. Google Sheets ID. So let's get the Google Sheets ID. Oh boy, this is the part I'd be like forgetting. Okay, let me name it. Let me name it the 6 purchase and wait list. And let's see. I always forget, where is the Google? Where is the ID? I always forget where the ID's at. I always forget. I'm so embarrassed right now. I forgot where the ID's at. Okay, I won't forget this time. I promise. I always forget the Google Sheets ID. Uh, you know what? Let me ask it. No. Oh, come on, man. I'll be forgetting. Oh, okay. It's not there. All right, hold on a minute. Oh, boy. Mm. Oh, okay. That's what I figured. Yeah, but there's nothing there. All right. All right. No big deal. Give me 1 second. I'm just setting this up. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'll be forgetting. Let me go over here. Let me go to this. And then we'd be good to go in 4 seconds. I'm just setting this up. Okay. Okay. So we got that right there. Okay. Okay. Now we got the Google Sheets ID. We got our Stripe payment link. And now it's going to make us all of the code. This is just the wait. This is just the wait page. And we're just doing the waiting page right now. The wait list. We're just doing the wait list right now. We don't need that. We don't need that. So now we're just waiting. So let's see. Let me go over here. We did this. Okay. Google Links. We did that. Okay. And we're working on the waitlist page. Sometimes you don't need to design a page depending on the waitlist page. So let's see what type of waitlist page it gives us. It's thinking, takes a while. People think this is like making soup or something, and it's not. Okay. Sometimes I gotta, it doesn't like being screen recorded. I might have to use Google Meets going forward. Okay, so going forward, we might have to be on Google Meets. I gotta find a better alternative than StreamYard because Chat GPT does not like being screen recorded. Okay, let me. Doesn't like being screen recorded, guys. So we might have to find a workaround. We got our first hardware problem. Hardware problems. It's time to buy a new MacBook. I think it's time to buy a new MacBook. I'm gonna have to put that on the list of expenses for this company. A new MacBook. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I did that. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. What? Create the script. Ah, man. It wants me to create a script. All right. So it got me doing a bunch of stuff that I don't want to do. So, okay. Well, it's all content. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's got me doing a bunch of stuff that I don't want to do. But let's go. It's all content. So let's go. It's all content, right? Okay. So we got to do. Okay. So we got to do. Okay. So we got to set up. We got to make a Google app script. Okay. Now, like I said before, a lot of these things it's not going to do for you. You got to do it yourself. But it tells you go to script.google.com. Okay. This is vibe coding, everyone. People think that this is all automated. Now, in all defense, if I use Replit, I wouldn't have these problems. So I'm making it a little bit harder on myself. But then if I use Replit, it wouldn't be any fun. What fun would that be? Because it would be done in a couple of seconds. It really wouldn't be any fun. So we are going to start a new project. And it wants us to start a new project. And then we're going to paste this code. All right. And we're going to paste this code. New project. Okay. I'm going to paste this code. Okay, we're going to paste this code. Project title, the 6, purchase and wait list. Okay. And then it wants us to, what does it want us to do? Select type, click deploy, select type, web app, deploy, new deployment, select type, web app, the 6, purchase and wait list. Who's that, my mother? Execute as me. Who has access? Only Who has access? Anyone. And click deploy. Okay. And we're going to click deploy. All right. And it's going to give us this, which I probably shouldn't show you, but you already seen it. Authorize access. So let me not show you that part. Back to safety. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Your web app requires you to authorize access to your data. I did that already. Hold on, it's just some sensitive things I can't show you. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. Okay. So hold on a minute. It's just some sensitive things I can't show you yet. And now I need to take, it says I need to take, copy the web URL. Okay, so I got to copy the web URL, the web app URL, which is this right here. And we're going to take that and put that into our notebook, our notepad, and then we're done. Okay, so that's the first part. So what we had to do today was we had to set up our app script. Let me show you what that looked like. Okay, so in building this, where we had to go was we had to go over here to make an app script, okay, for the purchase and waitlist page. And that looks like this, okay? But don't worry, I'm going to put all the notes in the documents, in the doc for you. All the notes are going to be in the Google Docs about how to do this, okay? So we had to set this up. We did all this. There it goes right there, okay? See today? All right, so we set that up. Now, if we go back over here, I can share this with you because this is just HTML. Now, if we go back over here, this is the code for our waitlist page, okay? And the web URL is going to be put in here with the app script web app URL. So we're going to look through the code. And it's funny because I remember a time where I used to look at this and it really looked like hieroglyphics. I had no idea what any of this stuff meant. if I had to do this 2-3 years ago, I would be so lost looking at this. It definitely would be intimidating. I would be intimidated. So right here it tells you paste web app URL right here. But we're not finished yet, okay? Because first what we have to do is we have to copy and paste this. So we have to copy it, and then we're going to go over here to our GitHub, and we're going to create a new file. Don't worry, there'll be notes about all of this. There'll be notes about all of this. And if you skipped ahead and went to see what the wait list looks like, you know, who is this guy? What is this guy spamming me for? Oh boy, I don't know what's going on. I have to ban this guy. He done spammed my chat. Anyway, okay. I don't know. The internet's a weird place. index.html. And that's why no matter what people say, the thing about vibe coding is you still have to learn how to build a website. Okay? You can't circumvent that part. Because if you use GitHub, you don't know how to start a file, you know? So you still need to know how to start a file. You don't even know what a web file. You don't even know how to start a web page. Vibe code is not going to help you. It just won't. If you don't know how to start a web page, it's not going to help you. Of course, you can ask it, but people think that it's just a quick fix, and I'll be like, nah, it's not even close to being a quick fix because it's just not going to. It's just not going to help you. Okay. So now we got that working, and we're going to commit our changes. Okay. We're going to commit our changes. All right. Now we're going to go do something fun. We're going to deploy the page. So in order to deploy the page, I use Netlify. I use Netlify. So now we're going to go over to Netlify and deploy the page. And we're going to see what it looks like. And we're going to see if it looks good enough to I'm not setting up a Zapier. I'm not setting up a Zapier. I mean, yeah, we're not doing all that. Okay, well, let me see. Hold on a minute. It wants me to do something else. What is that? Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay, I gotta check to see what the sheet is named. It wants me to check to see what the sheet is named. While I do that, we're gonna be over here. We're gonna go over here. I use Netlify. I used to use Vericel, but I become a little bit more closer to Netlify. Sheet one. Okay, yeah, it says sheet one. Yeah, it says sheet one. Okay, that's cool. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know what it's asking me. Let me make sure we got everything right. Oh, boy. It wants a lot of stuff. Timestamp email source amount, Stripe session ID, notes, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, we're going to put notes, and that should do it. We're going to close that out. Oh, change, not saved yet. Why not? Okay. Okay, we're going to get out of that. Okay, now we're over here. Okay, Netlify, my favorite site of the day. I'm going to go ahead and log in to Netlify. That part I definitely don't want to show you. So let me go ahead and log in to Netlify, and then we're going to deploy our wait list, our purchase page / wait list, and we're going to see what it looks like. So technically, we did some vibe coding. Technically, we didn't do anything yet. But on our agenda, before we take our break, I might just call it a wrap for today. Today's going to be a pretty simple day. Today is going to be a pretty simple day. I might just call it a wrap because there's not really much to do today. But what we are going to do, what? What we are going to do today is You can't get into Netlify with StreamYard on? Okay. The internet is really bugging today, bro. Okay, I was about to say. Okay, so now I can show you this part. I can show you guys this part right here. So now we are in our Netlify. And in our Netlify, you're gonna see all the things that we deploy. We deploy a lot of stuff. I tell you, I'll be busy. I'll be busy. Some of this stuff I shouldn't even show you, but I'll be busy. All right. Now we're gonna deploy our project. We're gonna import it. And since I don't have any variables or anything really funky to add, let me see. I don't think it's gonna show you anything. I don't think it's gonna show you anything. Okay, cool. So let me stop real quick because I don't want you to see all of this. Let's see. I don't want you to see all of this. Some of this stuff is sensitive. My secret projects that I'm working on that you're not even supposed to know exist. Huh. Hey, that's weird. That's really weird. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot my alphabets. Okay. The six purchase. Okay, that's what we're just going to call it, the 6 purchase. There's nothing really crazy going on. And we're just going to deploy it. And we're going to see what it looks like. We're going to see what it looks like. We're going to see what it looks like. And in a moment, we're going to show you what the vibe coding, what the site they vibe coded us looks like. All right, it's done. Let's go see what it looks like. Let's go see if it's worth something that you would pay $1,000 for. I mean, let's go see if this is a good waitlist website. All right, this is what we got. Hey guys, this is what ChatGTP vibe coded us as a waitlist. Wow, hey, this is interesting. All right, so we're gonna see if it works. Okay, we're gonna see if it works. So first, we got to test it out. So we know that this works because that's just simple payment. We hit the Stripe. We know that works, right? That's just simple payment. That works with no problem. We know that works. Okay, we're not worried about that. But this part right here, we need to test it. Oh, I shouldn't have showed you that. Oh, you can't even see it. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to use a test email. We're going to use one of our tester emails, and we're going to see if this works. Okay, let me show you. All right, so this is our purchase wait list, and then this is our tester email, and then we're going to click join wait list, and we're going to see if this works. Network error. Network error. Try again. What's going on? Network error. Try again. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We got our first problem. Guys. Sometimes what happens is it would tell you there's an error, but it really worked. But we got our first error, guys. Oh no, what are we going to do? Nope, it didn't work. There is something wrong with our script. Oh no, we got a bug. We got a bug going on, guys. This is what they talk about. This is what they talk about, that you can't do vibe coding because you have a bug. This is what they talk about. Oh no. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Why do I have a bug? I don't know how to. And again, this is why you have to understand what's going on. Okay. Now, luckily for me, I know what's wrong. I already know what's wrong. It's not a bug. It's a NetFi problem. I already know what's going on. But what we're going to do is we are going to show you how to fix it. You're going to take this. You're going to go over here to ChatGTP. You're going to say, I have received a network error, whatever the code is, and have these page errors. Okay? And it's going to tell us how to fix it. I already know how to fix it, but I want you to understand how you will fix it. Okay? You got a bug. What are we going to do? Okay? We got a bug. What are we going to do? Oh no, we got a bug. What are we going to do? Oh no. Okay. See? It's a NetFi problem. It's really simple. It's really simple to fix. It's not a big deal. See, when it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. But people act like there's nothing to do. So we know how to make it work. It's not a big deal. Okay. While we're waiting on this, because we don't need that anymore, let me go in and put this link in here for you. Because we're gonna need this link. If you want to go on a waiting list, if you want to go on the wait list, if you want to do a early, you want to do an early bird purchase of your AI suite, of your AI agent C suite, here's the link. Okay. And you can also go on the wait list. But the wait list isn't working, so that's fine. We're going to fix that. It's working on it for us right now. Now, we don't need that. And we don't need this. And we need to put this into the into the doc. We need to put this into the doc. While it's working, no rush. No rush. Everything's cool, man. Everything's cool. There's no rush. Everything's cool, man. No rush, no rush, no rush. All right. This is what building in public looks like. This is the non-glamorous side. In a couple of weeks, this ain't even, let me tell you something. This ain't even the worst thing. This ain't even the worst thing. Let's see. Let me put this in the doc. This ain't even the worst thing. All right, let's see what the solution is. It's a course. Oh, fix recommended. Function as a proxy. Create this file in your Netflix site. Paste this. Update. And see, you got to understand what it's telling you. See, I already know what's wrong. It's something so simple that sometimes it's better to not use too many linkages. That's what I like to call them, linkages. I mean, we don't need to use all this stuff, but I like to use Netlify because it's going to come in handy later. Later. It wants me to add a proxy function and all this stuff, right? So it's going to give us the solution in a minute. We just got to be patient. But this is what it is. This is what vibe coding is, man. This is what it is. I don't think I need that anymore. Okay, we need that open. We need that. We need that. I don't think we need this open. Let me see. Okay. Waiting on this thing to. And I see why people say vibe coding is kind of slow. I can fix this myself right now, but I'd rather just let you see the process. Because you're going to have to know what to do. When it doesn't work, you're going to have to know what to do. It's taking forever. Okay. I don't know. It's going really slow today. It might be peak time or something. I don't know. I just refresh it. Sometimes these completion messages, they get really, really bogged down. I'm just trying to get to the off. I'm just trying to get to the off screen. Lock that down today. I'm kind of tired now, man. Shit, I might call it a day early. It's two more things left to do, and I'm just gonna do. You know what? We're just gonna do the weight page today. I'm a bit taxed. I haven't had dinner yet, so we're just gonna do. Oh, it's saying my what is it telling me? Okay. Here is the exact fix. Add a netfly function proxy in your project folder. Create this path. Paste this code where your functions are. Update your HTML to call the proxy, not app script. Okay. Deploy test. Okay. One important check. Do this once. Access anyone. Okay. If you paste, I'll return. Okay, so it wants me to give it the current HTML code, which I don't mind doing, and it's going to redo everything for me. Okay, so let's give it what it wants. Let's give it the exact code that it wants. Wow, I thought vibe coding was quick. Isn't that what they told you guys, that vibe coding was quick? That this would be up and running in a couple of minutes, in a couple of hours? It's not that simple. And let me tell you, this isn't even the hardest part yet. This isn't even the hardest thing. This is easy. Uh-oh, what happened? I don't know. I'm going to have to stop this early because I don't know. I might have to reboot my computer. I might have to go to another chat. Start a new chat because this one is cooked. It's going real slow. It doesn't like to be watched. It doesn't like to be watched long term. So let me take it off of there. We're not going to watch it long term. What we're going to do is we're going to work on the design. This is important. This will help you quantum leap. This will help you quantum leap right here. This will help you quantum leap right here, okay? We're going to work on the design. All right? We're going to work on the design. And we're going to use Stitch. We're going to use Stitch to work on the design. Somebody gave me some really good game, and I'm going to take advantage of it. You know what I mean? And I remember having to learn Figma. Well, the first design tool I learned was Sketch. People talk about UX design, and they talk about UI design, or they talk about making apps, and they talk about all of that is crap if you didn't know how to use Sketch or Figma and or Sketch and or Figma. And there was one more too that doesn't even exist anymore that Adobe had. I forgot what it was called. We tried to stay away from that like as best we could because that thing was awful. But yeah. So and then you had to learn Figma, and now you don't need to know any of that stuff. But nothing got made without knowing how to use Sketch or Figma, and that was someone else's job completely. So while we're doing this, let's just go ahead and work on this design. And what's really cool about this is you can just put in the URL, which we already have the URL. Okay. We already have that. So we just put in the URL and we're going to say what we want it. We're just going to say what we're doing, right? What is the 6? The 6 is a SaaS that provides founders with their complete C-suite as AI agents. And we just click that. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, did I catch it? No, I didn't catch it in time. Damn it. I didn't catch it in time. All right, I didn't catch it in time. Let me get out of here. It's giving me an app project. All right, let's do this again. I don't want an app. I want a web page project. Okay. What did I say? The 6 is that provides founders with their complete C-suite as AI agents. Okay. And we're going to let that do what it do while we go back over here and try to fix this. I don't know what's going on. It won't let me fix it. That's cool. I'm not going to waste my time with this. It's being particular. I think it's not letting me work. I think it's not letting me work because I'm recording. So Chat GPT does not like to be recorded by StreamYard. All right, let's see what we got. It just gave me It just gave me what it already gave me. Why did it do that? Huh. That's weird. I don't know. Okay. Let's try this again. I don't know why I did that. Usually, you put this in here. Okay. Yeah, that's different. I don't know why I did that. Does anybody else get tired using AI? Like, even though it does all the work, do you get tired? I get tired. Like, I feel exhausted sometimes, even though it's doing all the work, you know? Okay, I'm gonna have to fix this later because the waitlist thing is pissing me off right now, and I'm not gonna put a whole lot of energy into it when we about to change. I don't know. Chat GPT is not letting me work with. Why does it give me this? Why does it give me this? Okay, okay. Now this is better. This is better, but why would it give me this? I don't know, but this is good right here. This is good. This works. This is good. This works. Now the good thing about Stitch is you can do variations. So we're gonna do a couple of variations. We're gonna say reimagine. We're gonna say make it corporate. You know what I'm saying? Make it corporate. Make it modern. Make it modern. 2030 corporate. Corporate, And we're going to change the layout, color scheme. We want some images, text. We'll check all of these, and then it's going to give us some variations. And I'm going to show you how we're going to take. I'm going to show you how we're going to take this. How we're going to take this and change it into something that comes from this. Now I don't know what's going on with Chat GPT. Chat GPT is being stubborn right now. So I gotta keep messing with it. It's Netlify does not want to work with Apple. Netlify does not want to work with Google. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, but they're making it a big deal. Boo 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 hoo, boo boo hoo hoo. And now I gotta spend time fixing something that's insignificant. It's an insignificant thing to have to fix. So we're gonna try one more time, but I think I can't use chat. Well, inshallah. Thank you, thank you. All right, so let's see what we got. I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste too much time on this script problem when I haven't even got. It didn't give me anything. It just gave me garbage. All right, I like this one. Let's try one more time. Let's try. Let's try one more time. We just want a different layout. Let's just try one more time. Let's try one more time. See, the thing is, you don't want to spend too much time on design. Yeah, okay. So Chat GTP is not going to work with what I'm trying to do with you guys. This ain't going to work. Here is the step by step fixture. Okay, confirm is deployed correctly. Click deploy, execute, copy. You already have keep it handy if you change anything. Update. You will create 3 items in your repo index. Oh, okay. That's easy. Okay. Create same as folder. Create. Okay. All right. We're gonna worry about that later. Okay. Well, we're gonna worry about that part later. What we're gonna do is we're going to day one vibe code. Day one vibe code. Vibe coding. Wait. Vibe coding. Purchase. Wait list page design. Okay. So, like I said, we're not going to do too much with the script problem because we're just going to make more work for ourselves. And we don't want to do that. So, what we're going to do, I already have a design. Sometimes I hate this chat because I hate Chat GPT because it just starts doing stuff. All right, let's see. It gives me the same shit. All right. Well, I don't know. Which one do you guys like? Which one do you guys like? Let's see. Which one do you guys like? Do you like this one? Do you like this one? Do you like this one? I like this one. Or do you like this one? This one's not really bad. Uh, I don't know. Which one do you guys like? It's not really much of. It's not really much. Let me see. Let me see if it can give me something special. Let me see here. A wait list. Let me see here. A wait list and purchase. A wait list and early bird purchase page for a that gives founders their complete C-suite as AI agents. Let's see if it gives me something. If I get away from what was given to me, let's see if it gives me something cool. Okay. While we're doing that, while we're working on the design, okay, while we're working on the design, we already solved the other problem. And I'm not going to really waste my time on that because the other problem is not really a problem, you know. Um, it's not really a problem. I can fix it. It just wants me to do extra stuff. It actually already works. So hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, so let's see what it gave us. It just gave me the same thing. All right, so let's try this. But again, like I said, all right, let's try this one more time, and then we're going to move on because this is just a waiting list. You know, I don't want to waste my time. It's important, but I don't want to waste my time on it. You know, let's see if we get something good. Let's see if we get something good. I don't want to waste too much time on this though. Let's see if we get something good. Because we got some real problems going on right now. And I'm not happy. Well, you can purchase the app, but the problem is, I mean, you can purchase it. You can purchase your seat, your seat. You can do an early bird purchase of your C suite. The problem is you can't get on a waiting list. So before I put my time into that, I gotta get this design right because the design is going to change. The design is going to change everything that happens. So I don't want to. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, okay. Founders Edition. Okay, okay. Your workflow with pure intelligence. Okay. Wow, I like this. This look professional. This look professional right here. Yeah, I like this. Would you buy this? Would you buy this for $1,000 on this page? This one looks nice. This one looks really nice. Ooh, we only got one pricing plan. I like this one. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, I don't want to waste no more time on it. We're gonna use this one. I'm gonna show you how it works. Okay. So what you do now is you go over here and you go to view code. Okay, and you're gonna take this code when it comes up. You're gonna copy this code. All right, and then you're gonna go over here, which I already started to do, and you're gonna swamp the code. This is the old code, and you're gonna swamp the code with the new code. And the prompt that you want to give it is only use the design code. You don't want to change anything else. So we got the old code with the new code, and then we're going to click this, and it's going to update all the code for us. It's going to give us the new code design. So we have the design that we want. Now, of course, there's a bit of a problem. The waitlist doesn't work, but that's okay. That's okay if the waitlist doesn't work because we can fix that. I'm just trying to be a little bit difficult for myself. I'm making this harder than what it is. But we can fix that. All right. Well, okay. We got a lot of things to make. We got a lot of other adjustments to make. It might be a long night. It might be a long night. It might be a long night. Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be a long night. And we only an hour and 40 minutes in. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So now we take that and we go back over here to our GitHub. We delete our old code, which was just start. We got our new code. We commit changes. Okay. And then what you're going to see is right before your eyes, you're going to see magic. You're going to see magic happen right before your eyes. Testing, 1, 2, testing. I hope you guys can still hear me, but you're going to see magic happen right before your very eyes. Okay, let's see. Yes. Wow. Am I good? The 6, found in access. The AIC suite for day 1 founders. Join the wait list. Okay. We're gonna get rid of that. We got the wait list. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. Okay. Wow. This looks really good. This is really good. Okay. This we can get rid of. Now, remember when I told you guys, I don't know if you watch my Twitter. If you follow my Twitter, right? What a lot of amateurs do, they run around back and forth into visual code. I feel like this. When you graduate, like when you're ready for vibe coding, you don't use Visual Studio Code anymore. You don't mess with that garbage. You realize that you can do everything in the file editor of GitHub. And this is the elegance of GitHub, right? The true elegance of GitHub is that it works just like old school markup language, WordPress, right? But not so much really markup language. I'm just saying that, back in the day, we just had this. We just had an editor. There was no Visual Studio Code. There was no vibe coding like we got now. Like vibe coding is like the Microsoft Office. And before that, you were using MS-DOS. Like ChatGPT is like MS-DOS compared to all the prompt-based coding platforms, right? Now, remember, when I teach people how to code, or I teach them the most important, I don't know how to say it, tags, commands. I teach them the most important HTML languages because I know that we're on Python and I know that we're on a lot of different things, but I believe HTML is like the roots, it's old school. But let me see. What am I looking for? I forgot what I was looking for. What I'm looking for is, let me see, where's that? Let me see, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Early access. Okay, countdown right here. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for, this part. Now, we don't want to remove this. We want to use it, but we don't want to waste time writing a script for it. So, you see these right here? These are very important. Now, unfortunately, because this is kind of like a mock-up editor, unfortunately, you're not going to see it work like you would in Visual Studio Code. So you just got to know that it works. But this right here, this tag right here is the first thing I teach everybody. It's the most it's the most underrated, most important tag of them all. And most people don't even know what it's for or why it's important. And they cry and they say, where is this coming from? It's on my page. I can't get rid of it. I don't know why. I didn't type it in. I don't know why. Because if you take, I'm not going to show you, but if you use it incorrectly, this will show up. And amateurs won't even understand why. Now, this is the thing about vibe coding is that you're going to lose when you get too much into vibe coding. You're going to lose some of the basic fundamentals. That I agree with. You're going to have a bunch of people that are going to say to the vibe coding editor, "Hey, there's some words on my website that I don't know where they came from. It says this. I don't know how to remove it. I don't know what it is." And then what's going to happen? The vibe coding just going to spit the code out again without the words. It won't know what you're talking about because you won't be able to know what you're talking about. You won't be able to explain in a way that's going to help you. So now, we come over here and voila. 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 Is it voila or voila? Now, we got a little bit of problems. We got a little bit of problems, little bit of spacing problem. Okay, little bit of spacing problem. Okay. No big deal. No big deal. We can go back and fix that. But I'm not going to spend all my time on it today. Okay. I just want to make sure that if you want to purchase it, you can purchase it, right? That works. That's my name, Wolford Lee. So it's not a scam, it's not a fraud. You know who I am. I'm Wolford Lee. I'm an indie hacker, solo entrepreneur, all those good things, right? I want to make sure you can purchase it. And then I don't want you to see all my emails because all my emails come up. Let me see maybe I might have got lucky. Okay, so we still got the network error. All right, we still got the network error. All right, we still got the network error right here. We still got the network error, but it looks different. It looks better. So what we have to do is we have to do some things to fix the network error. We don't really have to, but I don't know. See, this is the thing too. I don't really know if the solution is going to fix the network error. That's the problem. I don't really know. It says it will, but I don't know. Because see, when you work with vibe coding, if you don't explain things the right way, it's going to take you on a wild goose chase. And I don't know. I feel like I get tired when I vibe code. Like, even though I'm not doing anything, I feel like I get fatigued. And then I think about back in the day how people actually had to do all of this. Like they had to do all this typing. It's crazy. They had to do all this typing by hand. It's crazy. Um, let me see because I'm gonna probably try to go on this wild goose chase with y'all, even though I shouldn't. Um, let me make sure. Hold on a minute. Let me make sure. Edit script. Paste this. Okay. So I gotta make that, and then it wants me to paste this. Okay. Okay. And then why are you turning off all my lights? All right. So what else we got to do? Okay. So okay. All right. All right. So then we got to do this. I'm just doing some coding so that we can fix this. I'm working on fixing this. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm just doing some coding and we can fix this. Got me doing a couple of things. I know. I could have used Replit. If I would have used Replit, this would be done already. But like I said, what's the fun in that? Plus, if I use Replit, they would already charge me like $6 already. Okay. So and I don't want to pay $6. Let me make sure I gotta look through the code, make sure there's not anything that I have to put in here. Make sure everything's in here. Is that the right script? Yeah, that's the right script. Yep, that's the right script. Okay. 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 That's the right script. All right. Commit changes. All right. Okay. And then open. Find your current script block at the bottom and replace it with this. Okay. Okay. Find my current script block at the bottom and replace it with this. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so we got to replace this. Complete script block. Let's see here. Let's do that. Hold on a minute. How did I go past it? Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. And commit that. All right. All right. So we did everything it said. Okay. And then it wants us to go back and check our Google script. It wants us to go back and check our Google script. Okay. All right. So now let's see what we got here. What is it? Oh man. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I was just here. Hold on a minute. What's going on? Why can't I? Yeah, Google Apps. Google Apps Script. All right, I gotta check the script real quick just to make sure. Well, let me see. Maybe it works now. Let me see. Still network error. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe it works. I don't know. See, maybe it works. App script error. Okay, so there's something wrong with my script. Let me see. Let me see what's wrong with my script. Open project. Okay. All right. I think I might have fixed it. Let me see. Hold on a minute. Let me see if that fixes it. Okay, let me see. Let me test it. I gotta test the script, y'all. Give me 1 second. Mm, Okay, give me 1 second. We over here trying to get this script to work for the. Hmm. Ah, boy, I tell you. All right, let's see what the new era is. I'm gonna have to come back because this is kind of annoying me a bit. I can get it to work, but it's not gonna work the way I want it to work. That's the problem. Now I got a problem because I committed to a course of action, but it works. It's just trying to get it work with Netlify, you know. And Chat GPT does not want me showing you this. Oh, good grief. Okay, I'm gonna have to shut this down and fix everything and come back because for some reason my screen capture is slowing down Chat GPT. So let me fix everything. I'll be right back tomorrow. All right. Thank you for joining me. You got all the links, everything works. So go on and check it out, and we'll be back tomorrow.